Mandatory resort fees are a legal scam hotels use to hack travel search engines. You find a room for $150. You click book, you show up, suddenly the bill is $200. You ask the front desk why, they smile and point to the fine print. That's the mandatory destination fee, they tell you. They claim it pays for the pool or the Wi-Fi you already have on your phone. It doesn't cover anything. It's not about the towels or the gym. That fee exists for one reason, and it has nothing to do with your comfort. It has everything to do with manipulating you before you even arrive. You've just dragged your suitcase through 3 terminals, you're standing at the check-in counter at midnight, your credit card is already in the machine, you budgeted $800 for the weekend. That was the deal. Then the clerk drops the bomb, plus a $55 daily resort charge. You stare at them. It's 12:30 a.m. What are you going to do? Walk out? Sleep on the curb? Of course not. You sign the receipt, you take the key, you feel stupid, like you missed something, like you failed at reading comprehension. But look at what you just bought. Access to a pool that closes before you wake up, a local newspaper you will never read, a fax machine service in 2024. It feels like they're charging you for the air in the lobby, because they are. Stop thinking this is bad luck. Stop thinking this is a hidden tax. This is an extraction mechanism. They wait until you're physically present, until your defenses are down and your options are 0. Then they hold your room key hostage for a ransom. NYU hospitality data shows U.S. hotels pull in $2.9 billion a year from these fees alone. That's not a surcharge. That is an entire economy built on your exhaustion. They aren't just padding the bill, they are engineering a trap. And there is a specific reason this keeps happening to you. You think this is just budget motels trying to scrape a few extra bucks. It isn't. Look at Marriott International, the biggest hospitality chain on the planet. They aren't just participating in this scheme, they turned it into an art form, and they slipped up. Don't take my word for it. Pull up the court filings for District of Columbia versus Marriott. Read the complaint yourself. It reveals that during the height of the pandemic, Marriott hotels kept charging these destination fees. Think about that. Pools were drained, gyms were padlocked, breakfast buffets were illegal. The amenities literally did not exist, yet the fee remained on the bill. That proves the game. The money was never for the pool. It was an exit toll for staying in the building. It gets mathematically absurd. Look at the Excalibur Hotel in Las Vegas right now. On a slow Tuesday, you can find a room listed for $21. A steal, right? Until you see the mandatory resort fee, $39.68 per night. The hidden surcharge costs nearly double the actual room. Imagine buying a hamburger for $5, then paying a $10 chewing fee at the register. That is the business model. But they aren't doing this because they're evil. They're doing it because the system rewards liars. If they included that fee in the upfront price, you would never even see their listing. And the way they pull it off is almost elegant if it weren't ruining your life. Open Booking.com or Expedia right now. Type in Miami or Las Vegas. Hit that little button that says Sort by Price. That button is a trap door. The search algorithm is incredibly stupid. It only reads the base rate you see in big, bold font. It sees a $90 room and puts it at the top of the list. It intentionally ignores the $45 fee hiding in the footer. The hotel knows this blind spot exists. They exploit it ruthlessly. They aren't selling you a room for $90 because they are generous. They are buying the #1 spot on the search result page. That fee is a bribe paid to the ranking algorithm, and you are the one funding it. Stop looking at the screen for a second. Look at your own behavior. When was the last time you booked a hotel on page 3? You don't. Nobody does. You click the first 3 options. That's the entire game. The incentives force them to lie to you. If a hotel tries to be honest, if they bundle that $45 fee into the upfront price, they look expensive. The algorithm banishes them to page 4. In this economy, honesty is a death sentence. Then they hit you with the psychology. The industry calls it drip pricing. It works exactly like a ticket scalper. They hook you with a deflated price, you spend 20 minutes clicking through photos, you check the map, you imagine yourself in that bed. You invest your time. By the moment the fee appears on the final checkout screen, you are mentally checked in. You aren't going to start the search over to save $40. They rely on your exhaustion to close the deal. But here's the nastiest part. The part that makes the accountants high-five in the boardroom. It's about dodging their own bills. When a hotel gets a booking from Expedia, they owe a commission, usually between 15 and 25%. But check the contracts. That commission generally applies to the room rate. It often does not apply to taxes and mandatory fees. Do the math. If they charge you $200 for the room, they pay Expedia $30. But if they charge $100 for the room and $100 for a resort fee, they only pay Expedia $15. They just cut their acquisition cost in half by labeling half your bill as a fee. They stiff the booking site. They create pure profit out of thin air. And they pass the savings on to absolutely nobody. They keep it all. But here's the part that changes everything. You want to blame the hotel manager. You want to picture a greedy villain twirling a mustache in the back office. But the reality is much darker. The reality is that the hotels are just as trapped as you are. This is a classic prisoner's dilemma played out with billion-dollar assets. Imagine a hotel chain decides to grow a conscience. They decide to be the good guys. They eliminate the hidden resort fee and put the full price on the sticker. Transparency, honesty, integrity. What happens next? Do they get rewarded with loyal customers? No, they get slaughtered. Because their base price now looks $50 higher than everyone else's. The algorithm sees a price spike. It doesn't care about moral high ground. It kicks that honest hotel off page 1. Their bookings evaporate overnight. Being honest in a rigged system doesn't make you a hero. It makes you bankrupt. The system is designed to punish transparency. Every hotel knows this. They're staring at each other across the street, waiting for someone else to blink. But nobody can blink first. If the Hilton drops the fee, the Marriott eats their lunch. If the Marriott becomes transparent, the Hyatt takes the market share. They are locked in a death spiral of mutual deception. They aren't lying to you because they enjoy it. They are lying because the search engine demands a sacrifice. The platform created a battlefield where the only way to survive is to hide the cost. So when you stand at that front desk screaming about a facility fee, you aren't fighting the power, you are shouting at a hostage. The entire industry has standardized theft because it is the only safe way to compete. The deception isn't a bug, it is the operating system. So where does that leave you? The next time you open a travel app, remember this. The sort by lowest price filter is not a tool for you. It is a weapon used against you. It is designed to hide the truth until it's too late to back out. So stop playing their game. Dig into the settings. Find the toggle that says Show Total Price including taxes and fees. It's usually buried deep, but it's there. Turn it on. Watch the rankings shuffle. Watch the cheap hotels suddenly reveal themselves as the most expensive traps on the list. And when you stand at that counter, don't just sign the receipt. Ask specifically what that fee covers. If the Wi-Fi is slow, if the pool is closed, dispute the charge. They are banking on your politeness. They are betting on your silence. Make it awkward, because the industry won't fix this. The algorithms won't fix this. They are making billions off your confusion. The price isn't the price until the card is swiped. Everything before that moment is just a trap. Stop looking for the best deal. Start looking for the